Hey, what's up guys? Ryan from the Grappling Central podcast. I'm here with someone that you obviously recognize, Professor Marcelo Garcia. We're at his academy in New York City. If you haven't heard Professor Marcelo's episode of the show already, it's number 207, easily one of our most downloaded episodes. Professor Marcelo, I'm honored to have you here today, and he's going to show us a technique. So thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
I always fight to go to the half guard, and obviously I already have my favorite side. But to get over here, it's not always easy. You have to do it with a lot of work. But even after you get here, a lot of people already have a lot of experience. When I say a lot of experience, if I have this leg inside the half guard, usually I need to get this on the hook, And obviously, if I get this on the hook, I'm probably gonna have a big chance to pass because I can just follow all the safe steps, keep my head tucked, over hook, under hook, and the leg outside, go there and just push and get over. But the problem is, I have a lot of options to get here, a lot of options, but then when you get here, the other person doesn't really give this on the hook. What is that top on the hook? The one that's close to you. But obviously, he hide that because he keeps that far away. So if you really focus on this and the other person doesn't really give you that, you can always look for underneath. Instead of get the top on the hook, you can just look for the underneath. But get the underneath on the hook, require you have to move more instead of just kind of stay solid and stable here. So you get this on the hook, go deep, but now you have to move the other person. Instead of keeping this side, you're gonna have to really make him roll towards the other side. And this arm is gonna go deeper. The good thing is once you shift his hip and you shift to the other side, your knee tends to come up. So you get this on the hook, you move to the other side, your knee is almost coming out over here. But what's gonna really help you to get the guy past, then he's gonna just shift to his belly. And just go to the other side. So it's almost like the same half guard pass, but instead of just keep going to one side, you just switch completely to the other side. Once you still have the same leg inside the half guard. So if I have something like this, I go here, I don't have this on the hook, I start digging my hand under, I start to roll him sideways. I get him sideways, he's complete sideways. I have a lot of weight on top of him, not sideways, not out, just right on top of him. I'm gonna pop my hip up, and then knee goes right through. And this probably gonna come out as soon you get the guard passing. And then you just make sure you establish the guard pass on the ground.
That's really interesting. That's a great detail because I think that for so long, I've always assumed that when you're passing half guard, that opposite side underhook is so important. So it's really great to know that there is another option if you're having a hard time getting that far side underhook. So I greatly appreciate you showing that.
Thank you.
And again, guys, if you haven't heard Professor Marcelo's episode of the podcast, it's number 207. And if you're ever in New York City and you don't come into Marcelo Garcia's academy, you're missing out big time. So make sure if you're ever here, you drop in. It's a very welcoming atmosphere. Tons of great training, and obviously one of the best professors on the planet. So stay tuned, guys.
Thank you.
That's right. I appreciate it.